Cozy Cafe is here. I'm so excited. We haven't had like a good solid neutrals collection in a minute. This collection is so pretty. This collection would be a good addition to your makeup bag, whether you already have staples or you're looking for some staples. These like would fit in really well. Well, I think so. I've only tried the shadows so far, so I'm gonna do them all today. We're gonna do a look. I'm gonna show you as much of it as I can on my face. That's why I have no makeup on yet, because there's some versatility here. So we first have in the collection, there's two eyeshadows. These are cream to powder eyeshadows. They are waterproof, budge-proof, smudge-proof, transfer-proof. They don't need a primer for them to stick and last. They actually make really great primers. So if you already have like powder eyeshadows that you love, but you're looking for a good eyeshadow primer, these make really great primers. So these are the two shades. Can you even see? Oat Milk is very similar to my skin tone. It makes a really great eyeshadow primer. And then Hot Chocolate is this deeper one. Hot Chocolate is actually a returning shade. It was made first available in a holiday minis collection in 2021, I wanna say. And since then, I have been obsessed with it. This is it in the mini size. Isn't it so cute? I'm so happy it's made available in the full size now. I've been obsessed with it. It's one of the few colors that was no longer available that I would actually still wear. Like if I needed to dress up or had an event to go to, or I wanted to like look a little fancier, but I just wanted like that neutral palette. It's such a good neutral dark brown, but not too dark. It's not as dark as like a rustic brown. Anyway, this is like my favorite outer corner color ever. All right, and then we have a lip sense shade. This is called Cold Brew, and it's just like a mid-toned brown. I can't really tell if it's warm or cool or neutral. Okay, it feels a little warmish. Looks good. It's kind of in the family of like Runway Ready for the Miss USA collection. Kind of along the same lines of like Pink Clay a little bit, or Earth. If you loved Earth, that's no longer available, but this would be a good option. It's really pretty. I think I'll like that. And then there's a gloss. This is Honey Latte Gloss, and it's just a pale, not pale, a light beigey pink. It has a subtle shimmer in it, but nothing crazy. That's not gonna show up on my hand. I will try it on my lips when we get to lips. This is not like technically a first impressions because I have already used Hot Chocolate before, and I've tried Oat Milk like a little bit. I put it on my eye so I could take my like photo with it. So I kind of have a little bit of an idea of how I wanna use these. So I'm gonna show you all the ways to use these shades on my face. All the options for me. So if you've got similar coloring to me, then these might be your new faves. First up, I don't have any face makeup on because I want to use Hot Chocolate as my bronzer. And when I do Shadowsense as a bronzer or a contour, I actually like to do it before I do my tinted moisturizer. So I do kind of like the underpainting style or technique. And I like that because I have really, really dry skin. And so I actually don't love using Shadowsense on my face. But if it's something that's like opaque and pigmented and like just solid, I guess, I like to do that before I do my tinted moisturizer. I like the way that it blends onto my skin better. I feel like it just blends into my moisturizer better versus on top of my tinted moisturizer. So I'm going to use Hot Chocolate as my bronzer. So let's go. And it's very pigmented. A little bit will go a long way. With Shadowsense, you want to use a denser brush to blend it because it is a drier formula. It's very pigmented. And so a denser brush is going to work better for blending versus like a fluffy brush. I normally use deep tinted moisturizer for bronzer. That's what you see me use a lot more. And that one is more of a sheer formula. They're both creamy, but that one is just like thinner. The viscosity is thinner, I guess, so it blends fine with a fluffier brush. But that looks intense, and this is another reason why I wanted to use it after because I know how fair I am and how deep this shade will pull on me, and it's going to soften when I put the tinted moisturizer over top. If you've got oily skin, Shadowsense on your face is a dream. It is incredible. It holds up so well on oily skin. It doesn't break down. It's beautiful. It dries to a matte finish. It's just a really great, it's a great product for oily skin girls. And like I said, I am not oily skin, and so I like to do it underneath my tinted moisturizer so that I can still have some dewiness. That is Hot Chocolate as bronzer. I'm also, should I use it in my brows? I feel like it's too dark for my brows. I feel like I'd rather use it as like a tint to my brows. I do know some people use it in their brows. I just am afraid it's gonna pull too warm on my brows as like a fill-in. I'll try it. Okay, yeah, it's a little warm. And so it's not gonna work as good to like just fill in the holes. I'm gonna have to like use it all over to kind of coat my brows and give them a little bit of a reddish tint. So I put a little bit on my palette right here, and I'm gonna use a spoolie and like swirl the spoolie into the palette. I already have my brow gel on, by the way. I started this video with brow gel and primer on. And I'm just going to kind of fluff this through my brows. Ooh, I like that. That's good. That like makes it match my hair. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with that. Okay, so I can do a little filling. I just also have to make sure I tint over top. Okay, cute. I'm happy with that. If you see my brow routine video, you know that I normally mix like Auburn Brow Scents cream into a brow gel and do that over top. This is quick and easy and gives the same results. So that's already 2 places for Hot Chocolate. Now I'm gonna use the Oat Milk, and I'm gonna try it as a under eye corrector because it is very similar to Candlelight, just a tad darker. A tad darker and a tad more tan instead of orange. This would make a great concealer for like more medium skin tone, more mid-range. I've actually seen it as a concealer on that shade, like if you wear like dewy foundation or tan or even like Cafe au lait or like medium tinted moisturizer, this makes a really good concealer. But I'm gonna use it as my dark circle corrector and see how it goes. And my dark circles are not showing up on camera like they are in person. Like they're quite dark. And what's interesting is a lot of people with dark circles, you know, you say you want a brighter under eye, but the worst thing you can do is go in with a bright concealer and just try to brighten up darkness. All that does is create a gray shadow, a gray cast, and it makes everything look worse, and then you pile on more to brighten more, and it just doesn't do the job. So instead, you want to color correct. And oftentimes that's done with something orange toned. If you've got like blue, purple dark circles, something with like a peach tone to it is going to be really beneficial in color correcting. And then something darker than you'd expect. Not necessarily like contour level dark, but like not bright. Okay, so we color correct first, and then you can conceal and brighten over top. So, did a good job of canceling out the blue. Now I'm just like, which one am I gonna use? Oat Milk or Candlelight? I don't know which one I'm gonna like better, truthfully. Because I really like this. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, this looks really good. No. This isn't gonna replace candlelight, is it? No, it can't. It might. Oh my gosh, it might. Okay, well. Blend that out. Okay, dark circle corrector. Yes. Can you get a close up here? Like, and it's okay for it to have a little bit of an orangey tone. It's not meant to look normal and natural on the skin. This is color correction. So it balances out the blue, and then we'll conceal over top of it to make it look normal. So what's cool about this is it's not too peachy, it's not too orangey, that it doesn't work for an eyeshadow primer too. Like on the lids, it's not like I'm gonna put an orange on my lid. So I'm gonna use that same brush and just lightly dust it on my lids. Okay. I feel like this is like right between Natural Tan, which is the shade that I use a lot for my like transition, and Candlelight, which is the shade that I use a lot for my lid. So this might be a multi-purpose, like one that I can just like throw on and go. Okay, what in the world? That like it color corrects, but then it also is gonna work on my lids and not look weird. Like you don't see that in a color corrector. I thought maybe potentially it'd be dark enough as a crease color, and I think I could layer it up. Maybe I'll do that. Let's layer it up and see if I can darken it as a crease color. I don't know.
2 seconds later.
Oh, this reminds me, oh my gosh. This reminds me of back in the day, like when I very first started watching YouTubers, like not even being on YouTube, but watching makeup YouTubers, and we all fell in love with like that orangey tan crease color. This kind of reminds me of that. This isn't dark enough though, so don't think it's gonna be like an everyday crease color. It's fine. It's not gonna, this is not replacing Natural Tan. It has potential to replace Candlelight, but it's not replacing Natural Tan. All right, let's get some tinted moisturizer on because I forget that I'm not wearing foundation or tinted moisturizer. When I do underpainting, when I do my bronzer first, I end up using less tinted moisturizer anyway. Put a little on the lid and you just kind of use it where you need it. The places that you didn't bronze. But what's nice about it is you can use it to kind of carve out and like blend out that bronzer. So if it got a little too low or looks a little too heavy, you can just kind of go over top of it and just like softly blend out those edges to make it look a lot more natural and seamless. So sometimes doing this way is even better for beginners if you have a hard time blending your bronzer and don't want to like layer too much makeup on, because obviously you can go in and kind of blend and shape it after, but this will get you using less product and also help you to get it to like really go nicely into the skin. So I only put about half a pump on my lid and I still have a decent amount left. So that's about all I'm gonna use today, is about half a pump. And you notice I don't put a ton up into here. I'm just kind of barely hitting the edges of the bronzer. That's because I know I'm gonna use concealer. And so no use piling up too much product in that under eye area, especially because we don't want creasing. Okay, very minimal tinted moisturizer used. I still actually have a little bit on the lid. I don't know if you can see or tell, but I don't really need it. But I don't want it to go to waste. Okay, that looks good. Came together. We are this far in. Haven't even done eyeshadow yet. I mean, we did the base, but I've already used Hot Chocolate as my bronzer and on my eyebrows. And I used Oat Milk as color corrector and on my eyelids. Alright, let's just build up the eyes. So first I'm gonna put concealer on and let it sit, because that's what I like to do with my concealer. I have a whole under eye video if you wanna watch it. A little bit of light concealer over top of that oat milk. All right, and then let it sit before we blend. I think for my eyes, I'm just gonna do a little bit of hot chocolate in outer corner-ish, because I want it to be more like a soft wing, not like a strong outer corner. Take a little bit on my brush. This is an E30 pencil brush. It's a small brush. I love it for kind of carving out, applying small detail. Of course, the shade comes out after I've already done my latte look. Dang it. This is perfect. So see how I'm kind of starting at like middle of the pupil and dragging it out and then a little back in? So this is gonna be like outer corner and eyeliner, because I'm trying to just use these two shades in this look today. Cute. You see why this is like my favorite outer corner color? I wear it often and I just don't tell anyone. I just wouldn't mention it because I love it that much, and it's just like good, you know? It's just a reach. It's a good one that I reach for often. All right, I'm also going to use an angled brush and use this as eyeliner too. Obviously it's the same color, so it's not gonna like stick out a ton, but it just kind of sharpens that edge a little bit. You know, you see? Oh, this is such a good color, especially if you have blue eyes. That's a good one. All right, let me go finish off my makeup. I don't think there's anything else that I can really do with these. So I'm gonna do blush, concealer, mascara, everything else off camera, and then I will come back to show you the finished look. All right, finished up, let my hair down. I pretty much just added snow on my inner corners because I need that pop of brightness. And then I did primer, mascara, powder. Oh, and for blush, I put on the Milk Rose Hydra Matte. I just wanted something like soft and pinky, you know, to go with the look. All right, let's get into the lips. I'm excited. So first we have the, what is this called? Honey Latte Gloss. It's like a sheer kind of light pinky, beigey pinky. It's not like too peachy, but it's not too cool like baby pink either. Oh, okay, that's pretty. Oh, I like that it's got like, it actually has some pigment to it, but it's not like too pigmented. You know how sometimes the light glosses that are really pigmented could like look like gross and milky on your lips? Like, we don't want that. A little bit of shine in it. It's not like shimmer, but it's got a good sheen that makes your lips look a little bit plumper. Feels like butter. The Senegence glosses are so good. They're so creamy. They're like that perfect thickness where they're not too thick and sticky, but they're not like really sheer and watery and thin. Like, they give such a good cushion to your lips. I'm obsessed with their glosses. Obsessed. I need them to come out in like all the shades that I love because, oh, their glosses are just so good and they feel so good. So anyway, this is the Honey Latte and I like it. This is like a good, just like quick, easy, everyday gloss. All right, let's try the lip scents. I haven't put on actual lip scents in so long. Hopefully I remember how to do it. 3 thin layers, seal with a gloss. It's funny because lip sense is what made me blow up. It's what made everyone blow up with Scentages. Me especially though, because I took a picture in every single color, and I think I was the first person to do that. So my photos were like all over Pinterest because it was easy to compare one color to the next. So let's see. Here is cold brew. I think it's gonna be like, it's gonna look good with my hair. This also might be a good just like liner. A lot of people have been using lip sense to line their lips and then fill in with like a hydro mat. If you like that really crisp line and a little bit of depth. So this might make a good liner too, we'll see. Okay, that's pretty. Sorry, husband, you'll have to wait. Okay, yeah, this would make a fabulous liner. Like, am I crazy? Does this smell like coffee? These normally smell like alcohol, but I swear this one smells like coffee. I might be crazy. Okay. 2 coats. Okay, yeah, this is more brown than like the other shades that I've compared it to or thought it might be similar to. Gorgeous. All right, 3 coats, top it with a gloss. Oh, you gotta let that dry. And of course, doesn't come off. All right, I'm gonna go take pictures of this. I hope you guys enjoyed this little, I don't know, first impressions, also a look with the collection. I'll link everything below. This collection is limited edition, so don't wait on it. If you like it, grab it before it's gone. Everything is also sold individually as well, so you don't have to get the collection, but if you get the collection, you get the bag for free, but you can grab it all individually as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.